Alright friends, so I've been unloading the kiln today with our first glaze fire, and I want to show you a couple of things that I'm kind of noticing that we can look from and actually fix our glazing processes. Because the glaze that we're using is new for me. It's a new glaze that I've ever used before because this company is local to California and the stuff that I've always used has been in Florida. So let me show you.
Just to kind of give you a heads up, this is how I unload the kiln. You can see this is actually a couple of shelves in at this point. Right now, we are at about 200 degrees. These pottery is probably a little bit hotter than 200 degrees. So I can't really touch it. But I'm noticing a couple of things. So I'm noticing number one, red looks really good. And it's, as long as it's been like, oh, excuse me, I should turn the fan off. As long as we have glazed it, but I'm noticing that the pink needs a little extra coats. But I'm noticing a lot of things like this, where we've touched it a lot, needs extra glazing on the handles. And also, I'm noticing that the green is not coming out as great. This is a kid's from 5th period, so it looks like it needs a lot more coats. The green is one of the colors that needs a lot more, as well as the orange. So, sorry, these are still hot. But you can see like places where we missed or didn't have as many coats on there. So the cool thing to know about the glaze is that we can actually add more glaze on and fix it. And then I'm also noticing that a lot of, oh sorry, that was hot. The purple needs a lot more coats. And so you can see the difference, like even on this one where it just needed more layers on it, so that way it could be as thick, because look how nice this blue looks compared to the purple. And so you can still see the clay, it needs more coats. And then the pink here, they did a lot of coats. So when you're glazing, we want to make sure that it does have lots of layers on there. And this is why Miss Brock has been kind of intense about things being just glazed right. Like even this guy, you can see there just wasn't enough coats. So it's not as shiny as say like this one. And you can even see like where we missed spots. So we just want to glaze it one more time and put it back in, because I mean, look at the difference in like Joshua's. You can see how nice and coated it was and how beautiful it came out. Versus like this one, it just needs more coats. See all these little spots? So now that we're kind of learning this process together, rule of thumb today is we need way more coats on this. So if you get your glaze back today and you're noticing that it looks kind of thin, look how nice this blue is coated and the pink is not so much. All you're going to do is reglaze, okay? Add more glaze on the parts you're missing, and we'll put it back in the kiln. You can see like this one needed a lot more coat, so I'm learning that if you layer colors on top of a color, you've really got to add that thickness in. You can see they've glazed really well. And look how beautiful and shiny it is in comparison to like these little pieces. So just keep in mind, Miss Brock has been kind of hardcore about you glazing thick enough, but this is the reason why. So if you're layering a color on top of another color, do at least 3 or 4 coats. All right, cool.